everybody, and welcome to Season 2 of Puck Witches, a vibes-based podcast where we yap about all things hockey. Today is September 20th, 2025. Today is November 1st, 2025. I'm your host, Champ, and this is my partner in crime, Saint. Saint, how you doing?
You know, I feel like we've done this before.
I feel like we've done this before.
Deja vu.
Yep.
I'm okay. How about you, bud?
Well, I'm great now. Well, as always, we have a lot to discuss this episode, so let's jump right into it. Saint, we got to talk about it.
Are we going to talk about how we had season 2 locked and ready to go, and you were in the middle of editing episode 1, and your computer died?
Quite literally.
Slow agony. At first it was a quick death. Yeah. And then it was like they resuscitated him.
Yep.
And you know when you have like a DNI or a DNR, and you put the DNI and the DNR on, and it just kept, and then they died again. So,
so what happened was we recorded our first episode in September. And I mean,
because we were going to the Flower game, we were like, it's September. We were ready, guys. We were so ready for hockey to be back.
And mind you, we were super excited. You'll be hearing clips interspersed as we were ranting and rambling about hockey. Coming back, we were so excited. And then the day after we recorded that first episode, I come home from work. I go to turn on my computer. It makes a noise. The computer turns on, but nothing else has power. And in that 3 hours, 4 hours that I was at work, it committed suicide. It killed itself.
It just died.
I took it to the shop to get it fixed. They fixed it. I drive home 10 minutes from the store, and it dies again. So I've been without a computer for a month.
And to be fair, we have tech support friends, right? Like this is not like, oh, two dumb bitches don't know what I'm not bad at computers. And we have many people in our friend group who are good at computers. And you have a literal computer repair shop that you took it to.
A trusted, and it was the Intel processor, it was the memory, it was the graphics card, it was the motherboard, everything. And what they think happened is that the outlet itself, even though it was protected by a surge protector, kept surging. Now now I have a basically rebuilt computer. I'm out a lot of money, and hockey season's a month. We're already through a month of hockey season.
Yeah, we couldn't play games or record Puck Witches for a month because of this.
Had to watch it on a tiny little iPad screen.
Champ became an iPad baby. I had to stream it. I had to stream it on Discord. And then she could watch it on her Discord app on her phone because we were using things like YouTube TV, which fuck you, ESPN. Yeah. Fuck you, Disney. Because that just hit as of today, November 1st.
The whole thing is just, it has been the October of all Octobers. And I realized this is the second time that
you killed a computer in October.
Yeah. And I also realized that my very first ever adult paycheck got me my very first ever computer. Yep. And that was also October. So October's just the month for me to get PCs, I guess.
Yep. All right, so what basically is ahead of time.
You just start saving money
in 3 to 4 years. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like future proofing.
Here's the thing, though. I had just spent all of my money to go to a hockey game in September.
What hockey game was that? So weird.
So weird. I got us tickets at the drop of a hat to go to Marc-Andre Fleury's last game in Pittsburgh.
It was like I'm at work, right, and my job, I can have my phone on me, but I don't keep my wallet on me. I keep it in our employee lockers. And so Champ is messaging me and she's frantic and she's like, they're signing Flower to a PTO. Yeah. And I'm like, are you for real? And we don't know what this means. Right. Because I think this has only happened once or twice in the past.
They've done one-day contracts.
It's one-day contract, but an actual, I think one other team had done this and I don't remember which one, but to the degree that they went to for Flower, which was Kyle DeBoss, went to him, I guess after or during the summer and was
Yeah.
like, hey, if you want to come back for this PTO, I will make it happen. Like, we want this for you as like a true proper like goodbye in a Penguins jersey, because all of his goodbyes before had been him with the Wild.
Yes.
And so whatever, we're freaking out, and Champ's like, do we go? And I'm like, I think we have to.
Right.
Like, I think we have to, because we never got to see him play as a Penguin. Because it was so long ago. So it's like, all right, we have to go. And the tickets at the time were like $100 or
because
something like that. Because they had already, it was preseason. Most of it, so for like really, really good tickets, it was $100. And you were like, well, we can wait. I was like, Champ, we got to find out who's going. And I was like, Champ, I think you need to just buy 4 tickets.
Yeah.
Like, I think you just need to buy 4 or 5 tickets and call it, because it'll be your dad and my mom. We will definitely be going. Like, let's. And then they were all gone.
Yeah. And it was tragic because I was like, no. But I just had one of those gut feeling moments. So this, by the way, he gets signed at like 12. I got a hold of you at like 12:10. By 12:20, we had decided to go. By 12:22, there were no tickets left.
And at 12:30, because that's when I went on my lunch and went back to the employee locker room to grab my stuff, you were like, I had literally just like punched out for lunch, and you were like, I got the tickets, I need your card, I need your credit card.
Because we always buy on your card.
Because we always buy it on my card, because I get like the bonus points. So I have to, and the way that it works is you have to have RFID to your phone, or whatever it is, the tap to pay, and NTC, whatever the hell it is, where you have to hold the card to your phone,
which is cool.
And so, which is cool, except for the fact that had I not been at my locker, I wouldn't have been able to get to my card. So it was literally like the hockey gods smiling down on us for me to be there, for us to, and we got a pretty good price on the tickets. We got incredible seats.
Oh my gosh,
considering that they were like resale, and it really wasn't a bad price.
So before the death of my computer, there is an episode that is probably interspersed through here of us like freaking out because we were going to Flowers' last game. And we went to Flowers' last game.
We did. We met up with some of my family there. Yep. We got to hang out. It was like beautiful weather.
It was gorgeous. We were not used to playing
district.
We're not used to being at a hockey game in warm weather.
Yeah, because usually we're going in March.
Yes.
Which is pretty cold.
Blustery.
For most of our areas. Yeah, it's usually like, the last tides of winter are inching in.
So we were sweating.
We were, because I'm like, I'm in a jersey, and I know we're going to be cold in the arena, but I was like, I'm going to be sweating outside. And it was such a nice day, too. Like, it was just, like, we were walking around the strip district in, like, T-shirts and jeans. Like, it was great. Like, it was perfect. And it wasn't a stupid early matinee game. It was actually 7. Late.
It was 7. Remember. That's our latest Pins game.
Which usually when we are done, we go get Canes. And we were so tired. I was like, I love you. I'm going to bed.
So we both had to get up early.
Yep. So it was really, really fun, though.
We get in, and the line to their store, the Pins like merch store, wrapped around the building. And
we were in the front of the line, by the way. Not like the first people, but we were like in, for anyone who's been to PPG, like there's that, by the quote main entrance, there's like the concrete little, I don't know, out floor thing, whatever. And we were there. Like there was only a couple dozen people ahead of us, if that. And so we were considered like, when you're talking about over 10,000 people, we were pretty close to the front of the line. We immediately went in. There was already a couple hundred people in line.
Oh,
and we almost missed warm-ups.
Yeah. And we got our Flower jerseys. We got our Flower shirts, which had, Marc-André's Fleury. It was really cool. I love that shirt. And then we got, which was my favorite part, is there were 6 of us. So you, me, your mom, my dad, and then your cousins. And we were like hunting for these pucks because we get pucks at every game we go to. That's our commemorative item.
And they had released on Twitter that like there was going to be 2. There was going to be the game day pucks and then a special commemorative Flower puck.
Yes.
So we were like, well, we have to at least get one or the other.
And I wanted the game day puck. Like that was the one that I wanted.
I wanted both.
I did too. But the game day puck was like, oh, that day was the day we went to Flower. I like seeing the game, the player, the teams, and then the date. But yeah, so I mean, a mad scramble around this store, sprinting, looking for these pucks. And then they were just, chilling on a rack. But yeah, that was crazy. And then once again, I fucked up and bought us club seats.
Because we got really ruined by the fact that we originally didn't get lower bowl, and we didn't really understand that lower bowl is almost always just club seats. Basically the good seats are club seats. Yes. And we just didn't really comprehend that because we typically had been in upper bowl, and then the one time we had been in what other arenas called club seats, like in Florida, those are actually they're
box seats.
They're a different level of club. They're the all you can eat and all that crazy stuff, but these are just normal clubs with private. And we did it again where we didn't realize that those were club seats until we were there and
where we had to pull up the thing and go, oh, this is a special QR code. And I think it was right before we entered where I finally looked at the tickets and went, are we club seats?
And we just sat there cackling again because this keeps happening to us.
Great club. We got to see Josh and Army. And
and I was very calm, cool, and collected about that.
Yeah. So next time I'm going to introduce myself and say hello.
I think I will. Have you ever heard of the spontaneous human combustion?
Yeah.
I think I'll do that to you, not to myself.
No.
To you.
It'll just be a hey, Josh and Army. That's all.
The lady who was sitting behind us, because we were in front, right?
Yeah.
And so Josh and Army for Sportsnet Pittsburgh are behind us, and I'm so excited, guys. I love Josh and Army. Mm-hmm. They're my two favorite announcers.
That's my Jack and
so
Bowie,
fun to listen to. Yeah, they're just so fun I love them. So I'm like, oh my god, we're near Josh and Army. I kept looking back behind to look at Josh and Army, and the lady behind us thought I was
glaring
upset at her. She was like, am I doing anything? I'm like, no, I'm just looking at Josh and Army. Don't mind me. I'm just being weird because I love. It's like when you went to Seattle and had to call me in the arena to FaceTime me because you were like, look. Was it Bob?
It was Bob. It's Bob Stauffer.
You're like, it's Bob Stauffer. And I was like, no fucking
Nobody
way.
else there got it. I was losing it over a singular radio host, and my husband and my co-writer were just sitting there like, okay. And I was like, you don't get it. It's Bob.
You don't understand. It's Bob. And you had to message me and call me because I got it. I understood it.
Yes.
Shout out to the worker named Robin at the club. She was super, super nice.
There you go.
I just had to say that.
I also
very, very, very nice.
We were also right in front of the tunnel,
which was honestly, I feel like a really good spot.
Without expecting it to be, because we've never been on the opposing team attacks twice.
Yeah. Which we had got just so that we could, because at the time nobody knew who was gonna be there, and it was gonna be that Flower is gonna come in for the third.
Yes.
And the baby goalie Sergei Murashov is gonna be in for the other two, which I was actually super, super happy about because I had really wanted to see him play, and I knew he wasn't gonna get pulled up to the NHL this year, but I was just really excited to get to see him play at all too. Because I feel like he is very akin to Flower in his style of play. Not that I know much about goalie play, but...
So we're sitting there, we're right in front of the tunnel. Everyone comes out for warm-ups. We're all losing it. The warm-ups end, but right before the warm-ups finish up, they take a picture of the core four. So that's Sid, Gino, Tanger, and Flower. And if you look at the background of said picture...
We're in it.
Yeah. And
it's so funny because I keep seeing people with that as their header and that as their icon and that as their avatar. And I'm like, I'm in that photo. Yeah. You can literally see
your
us in that photo.
Silver hair.
Yep. Long silver hair.
I was just like, because I saw them taking the picture. I was like, that's cute. And then maybe 10 minutes later, the picture is up on Twitter. And I just happened to zoom in and go, uh-oh. Because somebody here hates being perceived. And I went, uh-oh, okay, And for a moment, I almost didn't show it to you, but at the same time, I was like, who gives a fuck? So I showed it to you. I've never seen the color drain out of your face faster.
I was like, we're what? And that I'm okay with being perceived in, is that like distance, only I know it's me. Like, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Like, nobody else gives a shit but
Not
me.
gonna be the same when we are behind the net in freaking March.
So part of this is that usually we go to our hockey games in March because that's the month that you can do it and like I can do it. So we're going to Edmonton, and in a bit of like off-season delusion, our goal for the trip to Edmonton was going to be to try and sit in a variety of locations in Rogers, because we know we're probably never going to get to go again. Yeah. So we were like, let's sit all over. So we had booked the Tampa tickets, which are like it's our last game. We're gonna get drunk up in the Upper Bowl.
Yep.
Then there's the one that we got closer for the Florida Panthers game for Pride Night.
That's like right behind the penalty box.
Yes,
it's behind the benches.
Yeah, I think we had done behind the benches. Because usually we are across from the benches.
Yeah, because we want to see our players.
And then jokingly, we were just looking at the tickets because it's the Nashville Predators game.
Yeah.
And so we're like, haha, like it's going to be just a crazy trip. We're going to have to go all the way from Banff to Edmonton. And we were looking for 2 tickets. And we're like, well, one of our friends might want to go. Let's look at 3 tickets. And we look, and there's 3 tickets right behind the attacking net.
Yep.
And I go, haha, we should just do it. And I'm not usually that person.
That's why I immediately booked it.
Yeah, because you knew that it was also, I believe, very late at night, and I was exhausted, and I was like, all right, let's book these fucking tickets. And we did. So
now every single time we see the attacking net,
I go, we're gonna be there. I don't like this.
Oh, that'll be a thing. But yeah, so back to the Flower game. He came on the ice at the very end. He got a shutout for him, and everyone. I mean, we were in tears for most of it.
I was holding it together really well.
Yes.
The beginning was really made me cry, and then the end also, like once Flower, everyone was screaming like one more year, and then thank you. I started crying when everybody started chanting "Thank you, Flower." That one got me. I was doing so good until then.
It was just, I mean, it was a great trip. We watched the end of it. We got our shirts, and then we went back. We won. Then we went back, and that was our trip to, Pittsburgh in September. And
which is not usual for us.
Then hockey season started the next week. And we were delighted. Of course, this year's been a little funky for both of us. For October, I should say. Other than me not having my computer, our teams are flipped. So, for those of you who don't know, I'm a Edmonton Oilers fan, obviously, and got that way because was researching a book, ended up writing a fan fiction using Connor McDavid as the main inspiration, fell in love with him, fell in love with the Oilers. I'm not Canadian. I don't live anywhere near Canada. And so I fell in love with him. Then I fell in love with the team. Then we were going to Vegas, and a certain, person wanted to go see the Edmonton Oilers that they just happened to be there playing Vegas. And so I said,
it literally was a just happened to be there. Yeah. Like we had not booked that week with the intention of going to see a hockey game, or like you were just like, oh, hey, oh my God, we actually
it was literally pure happenstance.
Yeah.
And so
because you had not planned it at all to be there for the Oilers being there.
And nobody else in our friend group is a sports person. Maybe baseball, maybe racing, but not hockey. And I really wanted to go. And my husband would have gone with us, with me, had I, really asked. But I was like, maybe I can get Saint into going with me. Because, I can beg. I'll pay for your ticket. And that was enough for you.
That's what I had said, is I was like, because you were like, will nobody go to this game with me? And I
was begging.
Online, I think, and when we're gaming, I think people think that I'm a very strong-willed individual, and I am. But the thing is that I'm very chill overall. If
you're very spiteful, that's about it.
Yeah, if you're let's free food, okay, I'll go.
Mm-hmm.
will you pay for my ticket? I'll go.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. I just like to hang out with my friends.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so
and that was the one
like,
thing that I wanted to do.
It was. And so we had planned this whole trip and there was all these things that everybody wanted to do. And this was the one thing that you were like, please, guys, I really wanted to go to this game and I don't want to go alone. And I was like, well, if nobody else is going to go, this is my best friend. She's going to pay for the ticket. I'll go. I don't give a fuck, champ. Let's go.
And so we go to the game and I just happened to point out Leo Draisaitl and Connor McDavid. And I went, hey, that's us. And that's all it took. And
where I was like, oh, why is that us? Like, why
and
is that
I hooked
us?
you in, and I grabbed the fish, and I knew you were caught.
Real slow, real steady, can't spook me.
Yep.
The one thing, despite being a very easy going person overall, despite my bombastic nature, I will not do things I don't want to do, and that
you will not do things you are ordered to do.
Yes, I'm very oppositional in terms of like, you can ask me. You can offer, you can suggest, but if you demand I do something, I would sooner stab myself than do what you asked. Even if it's something I wanted to do. You could be like, say, we're going to hockey. Fuck you. No. So the fact that you very correctly were like, I'll pay for your ticket. This is us. And I was trying to be such a good friend. I was like, I'll let her talk about all this. And it was fun. Like, you had given me a shirt that I still have. And so I had no merch or anything, and you're like, it's gonna be cold in the arena, and I was like, all right, I'll put a hoodie on over whatever. You can just see like the Oilers logo on my shirt, and I have people at this hotel screaming, "Let's go, Connor McDavid!" Yeah,
and you're like,
"Yup, go. That's our team, right? The Oilers, that's us, right?" And I'm like,
we're standing out. Also, it was
going on.
Pouring rain.
It was miserable.
So we get in. My dad had told me all of this stuff, like you need to get a puck. And that was, how you get in and you'll be good. That's really all you need to do. And so immediately I was like, all right, Saint, here's our mission. We need to get a puck. We need to go shopping for any merch. We need to find our seats. We need to get drunk. And we got our puck. Well, now you'll notice we don't go into any game without getting a puck. We have this routine that we set, and that is the routine forever.
Yes, it was one of those things where it was like, it was originally supposed to just be we're only ever going to go to a hocky game, and now it's
we have to get a puck wherever we go. And we lost. The stuff we had no clue what was going on at that game. I didn't know anything. I had been watching hockey. I just didn't know anything about it. And so we leave and we're walking across the bridge. Again, I love telling this story because it's just very quiet Saint going, you can send me hockey stuff if you want. And
it was a two divergent paths moment, because I looked as we were walking up the steps and I was like, I have a choice. I can either become a hockey fan and she's going to send me this stuff and I will become a hockey fan. Or I can just hey, that was fun, and then end it there.
That's it.
And that would have been it. I would have been like, hey, champ, that was fun. I'll go to a game next time.
No, you wouldn't.
And I chose very, very deliberately. I was like, you can send me some hockey stuff if you want. You can send me if you wanted to. And you were like trying very hard not to get too excited about it. So,
this is the problem with us knowing each other so well. We're like, okay, this is a game we were playing. So we after that, Saint, how did the rest of your night go? Because you had to get up early, so you just didn't sleep.
I had to get up at like 3 a.m. for our flight out.
We were back at the hotel by midnight for context.
We were back at the hotel by midnight. We had to leave, I think, at 4 a.m. for the flight to get back because it was gonna be a long flight. Because we had layovers and shit. And I was up watching videos about hockey and reading articles about hockey and posts about hockey until 3 a.m. I didn't sleep. No. I literally didn't sleep.
Yeah.
Like, I was just up talking about hockey, like looking into hockey the whole time. And that's how I fell in love with the Pittsburgh Penguins, because I was looking at what's hockey. And I recognized the name Sid Crosby back from the 2010 the Olympics.
The golden goal,
Yeah, because that was big news everywhere. And like as a northerner, the Winter Olympics were always my favorite originally. So like I remembered that, and I remembered that name. And I was just looking like, who is this? And I'm also someone who really likes the color black. And I was like, well, I love the Oilers, but if I have to pick a team, they got to have like black in their in their color scheme. Like black and yellow, that's my shit.
Yeah.
So I'm looking and I see like the Bruins, this, and I see the Penguins. And I'm like, I feel like I know that team.
Mm-hmm.
And I just start reading about them and like, who are they? And like looking, and I'm like, oh, the Penguins, and they've been playing together. It was like articles about like Sid and Gino and Chris, and just like how long they had been playing together, and like the 3 cup wins and Flower. And I was like, oh no, I really like this team. I fell in love with, and then a lot of it was also just like Sid Crosby being like a great
that's your
person.
captain.
Like that's my captain. And so like I fell in love with Sid, and then it came out that your dad and your brother are Pittsburgh fans.
And they've always been, it's every Pittsburgh team. They go to Pirates game, they go to Steelers games. Like that's their city.
Yeah, they're Pittsburgh people. Whereas I'm more like, I just pick teams. Unfortunately, I have now become a little bit of a Pittsburgh person, just by default of like, once you get sucked in, but it's still, I don't really give a shit about other sports. And it's never a good time to be a Pirates fan, as my neighbor told me.
Not a good time to be a Steelers fan either.
Yeah. I was like, well, at least the Penguins are doing okay this year. So, that's how I got into the Penguins, and then you just kind of got dragged along for the ride.
It was just very funny. It was like, oh, the Penguins. Okay, that's good. I can even better relate to my brother and father. And now it was funny because when we were going up to the Flower game, my dad goes, I'm pretty sure you know more about hockey than me. I just burst out laughing because it might be true.
That's how it feels when I'm talking with my cousins, because they had
season tickets,
gotten into hockey for their grandkid who was into hockey, and that was how they got into hockey. And now they're diehards. They go to every game, all that fun shit. And we were talking one time, and they had started coming up to visit over a couple times just from family stuff. Right. And he's like, how long have you been a hockey fan? Like, I didn't know that you were a hockey fan. I was like, well, it's a relatively recent development.
Yeah.
And then
like
this kept happening.
Like,
at the time, they came up, it was only like a couple months. Yeah. Because we got in, it was like it would have been like in the spring. So like just after we started really getting into it, they had come up, and I was like, I didn't know this about you. And I was like, yeah. It would have been like March, like, maybe. Ew. So like literally a month and a half in. And then he's like, you know a lot about hockey. And then we came up and visited them. They came up and visited in like December of that year. And he's like, you talk, because I was talking about like the lowered penalty minutes, like how the number of penalties had dropped.
That was an episode of last year's for
the 2024 to 2025 season. The number of power play opportunities had dropped significantly, and like how certain teams had avoided that drop more than others and all that. And he's like, "You talk like a sports reporter."
Yeah, and we're like, "Oh like, yeah." Don't know how that happened. Which, if we're going to be very serious about this. We are not.
We commit to the bit.
Yeah, we are not official reporters or anything. These are all just our opinions. However, we have opinions that are usually right, just so you're aware. And we do our research.
That's the thing. I don't like not knowing what the fuck I'm talking about. Yeah. So like I'm gonna look in and I'm gonna find a credible sources.
But for the most part,
they're talking about. Like,
for the most part, we're not gonna be like, did you hear? I'm getting reports of Kyle Connor being traded to the Edmonton Oilers. I just was watching the Jets game.
Oh, no.
So, we're not going to be doing that for now. No. I don't ever think we're going to get that. We're no Elliot Friedman.
No, we're not breaking news people. We are the people that will
react to the breaking news.
I will dive into topics.
Yes.
In previous episodes of Puck Witches, we've gone into certain topics. So if there's a topic that you want us to do a little deep dive in, I am actually pretty decent at researching and compiling information. We had a whole section on goaltender interference.
And then
that has permanently raised my blood pressure forever, because I do actually know what goaltender interference is, and the league apparently does it. And then I get these stupid Twitter things where someone's like, that's not goaltender interference. I'm like, actually it is, because he didn't have time to reset, and he made contact in the crease, and it wasn't because of a defender pushing him in. And then there's shit like my fucking fuck you, whatever his name is, Garrett Rank.
Yep.
You took longer to skate to the fucking bench to look at the review than you did actually reviewing the play. What's the point of a video review if you're not going to look at the video to review it?
That would have to call a penalty this early.
No, I'm so calm, cool, and collected about goaltender interference until the fact that it's very clear cut in their own rule book. They just don't enforce it correctly.
Yeah. Okay. So, as we are talking about what's been going on in the week of hockey, yes, a month has passed, and there's been a lot of crazy shit that's been going on.
It's been the craziest fucking October, dude.
Let's talk a little bit about the October Oilers being back in our deep hell, and then the Pens having a good start with their new coach.
So
you want to go first?
When the Pens,
yeah.
So in the off season, right?
Yeah.
Everybody is like, I say everybody, and I feel like Kelsey backed me up on this, one of the Pens reporters, and I was very happy about it because originally the concern by people who are actually following the Penguins, like people who actually know what the fuck they're talking about and like have watched the Penguins play, our concern was always going to be that we're too mid. And that was my concern in the offseason. I was like, Chim, I'm worried. Like, I feel like this is not a tank. I feel like we're stuck in the middle where we're not going to be good enough to make playoffs, but we're going to be just good enough because we have highly competitive guys like Sid Crosby and Gino and like EK. And like that we're going to be just out of the draft picks. We'll be like 15th place or some shit, and we won't be able to get McKenna.
Could still happen. Could still happen.
And then all of the changes happened, and it was like Sully was fired, new coach, new structural and organization system in terms of like bringing in different people, and like Kyle DeBoss being very outspoken about like, hey, we're changing how the culture of like ice time and being much more open with the guys instead of leaving them in the dark about why line changes are being made, why call-ups are being made. The league had like tightened rules on AHL to NHL call-ups, and so there's a lot less like paperwork loopholes to go through, which will impact those decisions. We also had like a pretty good we weren't sure about the prospects. You never know with prospects.
Right.
Sometimes they're great, sometimes they're not. Sometimes they just get to the NHL and they can't do shit. And then we did a really good preseason, and I was like, okay, you know, we may actually, I did not think we were going to be playoff contention, like actual cup contention, but I was like, maybe we'd have a shot, like of maybe making the playoffs, or we're going to miss by like 5.
Right.
And I'm not one of the people that's like, let's tank for McKenna. And Sid Crosby agrees with me. So he was like, that's not the game we know. Like, we're not going to tank. And then as of October 31st, we were number 1 in the league. We had an 8-point game streak where we either won or lost in OT against teams in games that we kind of should have lost, which I was more than okay with. This has been a really fun team to watch.
They have been.
I'm okay.
I'm enjoying them more than the Oilers.
They've been fun to watch, and it's sort of like that. The SpongeBob meme where he's like in that terrible like JPEG image, like that's Oilers hockey.
Oh,
like,
the Squidward watching the
no, the one where he's like the SpongeBob subplot, like, you know what I mean, like the subplot.
Yes.
Now I gotta look at it. SpongeBob subplot meme. Where he's like in this like what is it, Silent Hill?
Yeah,
I don't know. And that's what it felt like, where like the Penguins used to be the team that we watched because we loved the players, and winning was never an expectation. And this season, you were watching the Penguins and ignoring the Oilers because you were so upset at the Oilers.
Now listen, as somebody who's only watched the Oilers for a singular October, like officially, last year was very much the same. They struggled in October, and it's like they're sleepy, but they also have played more hockey than any other team in the league in the last 3 years, because they've gone to playoffs and they don't have time off, and then they were busy all summer getting ready for the next season. So like as annoyed as I am with them, and
a lot of our guys play during Four Nations.
Exactly. Like they haven't had a break. And so like as annoyed as I could have been with them, I also know that they are struggling because it's a lot of hockey. And so it's not me, you know, being like, the Oilers are terrible, they're never going to win again. You're
not doomsdaying about it.
No. I'm just frustrated because I know they can be better. And I think that's where a lot of people forget that they the Oilers are A, human, and B, they are struggling because they've been in like this hell position where they've almost won a cup and then they lost in 2 years in a row. But at the same time, they're not playing sexy hockey right now. They're not playing.
They're playing like it's free fucking skate day.
Yeah,
like,
exactly. And so I'm hoping now that October is over, because the October in 2024, 2023 into 2024. No, yes, 2023 into 2024 was when we fired the other coach, got Chris Knobloch, and that was the shark tippy taps where both Connor and Dry were like, we can't do this. We have to lock in. And then they went on a 17-game tear. And then last year, again, it was emotional cup angst. They were just distraught that they'd lost. They got so close and then they lost. This year, I think they're just tired. And I'm hoping now that October is over and done with, we don't continue to make fools of ourselves, because, my God, boys, get your act together. At least we're not Toronto. We can always say that.
Everybody was like mad about like how different teams are playing. I think that this last year were some shakeups, right? But not
Major.
As many. But this year I feel like there's more. Like,
well,
I
think it started at with the Rantanen trade, the first Rantanen trade.
Yes, the first Rantanen trade, and also just like the Bruins. It was like they had a 6-game losing streak. Like,
yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, it was kind of like all of these things that had originally made these teams mid tipped them into falling apart.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go back on my Penguin soapbox for a second.
Okay, go ahead.
Because so I think what a lot of people were doing with the Penguins specifically, because we're still very underrated.
You are.
Like, everybody's talking, like, the analysts overall, like, on these panels and shit, were acting like we'd committed a miracle of the hockey gods by being in first. And I was like, and they're also saying how unsustainable it is. I don't think it is. I think you have a new coach, you have a new, very dedicated development system, which not all teams need to do that. Mm-hmm. Not all teams have a development system. Cough, cough, Bruins.
Yeah.
But like the Penguins have like, nope, our farm teams are actual farm teams.
Yeah.
We are going to reward good play. We are not going to punish bad play, but we are going to redevelop bad play. We are going to play to our players' strengths, as opposed to trying to fit them in a box. And I think that's just the nature of, like, you have an old coach. Dan Muse has been able to unlock Erik Karlsson in a way that was not possible under Sully. We finally got Gino some competent fucking wingers.
Yeah.
Okay? That big boy line, the mutant line, like, it's so good. Like, I don't think that we're going to be, like, winning the Stanley Cup Finals here.
I don't necessarily think you're not gonna get President's Trophy. Like, that's
no, but I think like the concept of us not being in playoffs, I think that it's very rare. I believe only one team in the salary cap era has never, like, who's been number one has not made the playoffs. Like, we'd basically have to lose every game.
Yeah,
I believe in us that we could do that if it was last year, but under a new coach. I don't think that'll happen. I think we have a lot of young talent that will prevent that. And just the fact that, like, they're actually developing the plays, as our PK has been fantastic. Our penalty play, or power play has been really good. Like, I don't think we're going to have this massive
We're not
going to go on a, yeah, I just don't believe that we're going to have this massive 40-game losing streak, whatever they're talking about. That, like, I know we just lost the game today, but, like, it's a matinee game, and Bob just posted that we have never won a matinee game in Canada.
Are you kidding?
We're
what?
4-0. I just sent it to you. We never have won a matinee game. Where are you in my chat? What the fuck? We've literally never won. I just sent it to you. I don't know why.
That's so funny.
Like, it's so funny. Like, we just never win matinee games in Canada. So I'm not dooming about it.
No. All right, before we get into the next part of this episode and more of the rankings of teams this season, let's go to Saint. Do we have a sponsor today?
We do have a sponsor. Today's sponsor is Saint Astra, a Twitch streamer, cosplayer, and artist. You can support her by purchasing from her Etsy or subscribing on twitch.tv/Saint Astra. Use your free Prime sub and get access to cute emotes. St. Astor's Etsy also sells a variety of jewelry, decorations, and trinkets. Everything is handmade and crafted with the perfect balance of love and spite. All proceeds go directly to the St. Astor Hockey-related DIY fund.
All right, Saint, for our one-timer topic of the week, the BR Open Ice came out with the updated league-wide NHL Power Rankings. Now, as we were talking a little bit about it earlier, some of the teams that people are predicting for the end of the season are not doing great right now and not really coming up with a lot of the changes. And this could just be we're not analysts, so we have no clue what they're seeing that we're not. But the Bleacher Report's Open Ice one has a better look at everybody's rankings right now. I sent it to you. Do you see any names on this list that kind of surprise you? I've got a couple.
So for like the top 10?
Yeah, top 10 we can do. We'll go through more, but the top 10 right now.
The top 10. Mammoth, I think, is the only shocker. Everyone else was doing well or well enough last season. Like, I don't believe anyone on that list, except for the Mammoth and the Pens, didn't make playoffs. Like, everybody made playoffs on that list, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Red Wings, Canes, Jets.
No, Red Wings didn't.
Did they not?
No, they didn't. They got kicked out, remember? Am I wrong?
Shit, hold on.
I don't think they did. Because it was Columbus versus the Canadiens, and then the Canadiens won.
Yeah, it was
Rose beat out the
Yep, you are correct, because it was the Canadiens in the wild spot, because it was another War of the Five Kings.
Yes, and the Sens was the other wild card. Yeah.
Yep. Okay, you're right. So it was the Red Wings and the Penguins and the Mammoth are the only ones on that list that didn't make playoffs.
The
last
Mammoth,
year.
When they released Tusky, their new mascot, went on a tear. The only ones who beat them were the Oilers. So take that with what you will.
We do like rooting things. Yeah.
They had an 8-game win streak, and that just ended after Tusky was like the Oilers earlier on Tuesday. The Pens, we already talked about them. You know, they're not doing terrible. To be seen with what they do differently, but
the key is going to be like not a matinee game.
Not in Canada.
Not a Canadian matinee game. The other thing is like against real, like we've played against people who are playing hard against us. I think it's more about when we have this adversity, are we bouncing back? And we did in this game today.
Yeah, you did fine.
And it was the same thing with the Flyers, where we were not getting the calls that we should have been. And in the what was the game that we just played before this one? The Wild, where we were getting fucked by the refs, like just horrific officiating, just absolutely abysmal. And instead of like what would have happened last year, and what the Oilers are really good at doing is doom spiraling, and they just never can recover. The Penguins this year came back and won. Yeah. And the Penguins this game against the Jets, like it was 0-4. We came back and cut the lead in half. Like, and it was a bad start. And like, I didn't expect us to win I was like, I think we'll get, I just didn't want to shut out. Yeah. But like, the fact is they kept playing all the way. I didn't hate how they were playing. Yeah. Like, other than the bad moments, but like for a team
there's always going to be games like that.
The thing is that there were games last year where we walked away and we should have won the game, and we didn't. We didn't even get to OT. We blew 4-goal leads. We blew 3-goal leads. We blew like shutouts and just fell apart in the third or fell apart in the second, or we, had no good, our power play was such dog shit that they got breakaways. We were to the point where we didn't even want power plays. That was the year before last year, but even last year it still wasn't a great power play until the end, I believe. I could be misremembering. But like we wouldn't have gotten these points. Like we got 2 overtime points that I don't think we should have even gotten. But we did.
Yeah.
And we've won games like against the Wild that last year we would have lost and just completely. So the fact that they're able to rally, I think, is not being given enough credit.
Yes.
That it's just a lot of growing pains. We have a lot of rookies on the team. We're still trying to find these lines. Tonight Brezo was out. And that really fucked up the big boy line because that line has been so solid. And it's just like, we just have to get, it's October. They just have to get a little bit more comfortable with each other to keep the synergy when those lines do have to be changed up.
We've also got the Canadians on at number 6. And you could kind of tell at the end of last season that they were going to be hot this year. And
yeah, I was more like, I think they just had the same thing of growing pains, right?
Like, and just, now they're scary. They are set up for a beautiful long-term run in the next couple of years.
Good contracts that were signed that were very team friendly.
So jealous.
Like, holy shit.
Also, the one on here that surprises me, I'm not shocked by the Devils being in first. They're on a tear. Connor Brown, motherfucker, come back, please. I'm ignoring number 2. Number 5, Avalanche. They are doing really good. And last year they had so much struggles at the very beginning of the season with injuries. They don't have that problem this year. I think they are having injuries, but it's nowhere near as bad as it was.
I also still think they are on of the teams, I think there's that chart rate of teams that are in active rebuilds team there. It is funny seeing that Penguins are probably moved from being in the active rebuild years away from contention to probably getting moved up because we did this basically flip. Yeah. But feel like the Avs, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. I feel like their window is closing. I think the Stars, their window has been lengthened a little bit.
Yes.
But
I think their window's been
in the state of Denmark.
I think in the state of Denmark?
Yeah, rotten in the state of Denmark.
I've never
something's
heard
just
that.
wrong. What?
Yeah.
That's that. Are you kidding? Did you not read Shakespeare?
I've never heard it. No, not out loud, I don't think.
Okay, well, my mother was a Shakespeare. That was her specialty.
That's so funny.
She literally, it's something smells rotten in the state of Denmark. You're basically saying something's a little fishy.
Yeah.
But and I don't know what it is for the Dallas Stars because on paper they should be doing a lot better than they have been.
I think it's the coaching. They have a new
just
coach.
Growing pains.
They have a new coach. Glenn Glutazan is I think his name. He was the Oilers assistant coach last year, which hurts. But it's his first actual NHL coaching career.
They also have lost Jamie Benn. They do have a lot of injuries, I think, as well. So that does hurt them.
That's the one that surprised me. Is they're pretty high up. The Jets doesn't surprise me. The Hurricanes, everyone's hurt on the Canes, but they're still strong enough to continue.
They're just always, they're not favorites, I think, but they're still very strong contention. They just seem to collapse in the second round.
I think it's because they once again
they can't play against the Panthers. No. They that's what I've seen is that nobody's been able to defeat the juggernaut.
The Red Wings is kind of surprising, but they've kind of also hit their limit. They're doing what the Pens was expected to do. They had a good streak, and now it's okay, well, there's the Red Wings we know and love. The Kraken being in 11th
shocked me. I would have expected them much lower.
I have a friend who's getting into hockey right now, and she's
we've got our hook, line, and sinker.
Yep. She's a Kraken fan, and I was like, "Bud, you're losing it over the Kraken. You're having such a hard time against the Kraken." And then I saw this list come out, and I was like, "Uh-oh, Kraken are higher than the Oilers." Again, Kraken, Ducks, Flyers, Caps, and Chicago being that stretch is insane.
I would have expected them all as a group to be a bit lower. The Ducks maybe not because they have gotten I guess the Flyers have gotten a lot of youth injection. They have Jamie Drysdale.
They have a new coach.
Zegras. They got rid of Farabee,
Tortorelli,
and Frost, and they got a new coach. Yeah, Tortellini. Caps, I think, are a little high considering that their playoff push last year was kind of a miracle run.
Yeah.
But I believe there are also a lot of injuries in the beginning of the year. I feel a lot of them overall between all the teams.
It is shocking to see the Kings in 16.
Yeah, I would have expected them higher, honestly.
No, I would have expected them lower.
Really? Oh, actually, you know what?
They're old!
They are old, but they have Scory Perry.
They have Scory Perry, old.
Dragging that carcass across the finish line, apparently.
That's true. We're ignoring the fact that the Oilers are at 17th. It's okay. They like the adversity.
This happened last year too, where everybody was like not counting the Oilers for like half the fucking season, and we were like, "Are we watching the same team? Like, are we Delulu? Are we the playoffs? It was the playoffs. You can go watch the old episode." And me and Champ like gaslighting ourselves about, are we like bandwagoning?
I think
like,
we're crazy. I think we're stupid.
Are we crazy? Do we not know puck? And then they went to the fucking finals. Like, we do know puck.
So here's what I was saying earlier: it's the Toronto Maple Leafs at 18th. And we had talked a little bit about this when it happened, that the Marner effect would be a little bit harder than...
Yeah, he lost his, like, left-hand man. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
That's,
Austin
like, that's
Matthews
hard.
has had a struggle at the start of the season.
Yeah.
He's got a ton of injuries. Yeah. Like, he's got a ton of injuries, but I don't necessarily think that's all of it. I think it's also just emotional. He seems like a very emotional player. I'm in a parasocial relationship, so just take it with what you will.
But, you know, there are, like, and I think that gets ignored a lot, and, like, there have been players who've been speaking out about it more, which is that, like, dude, sometimes they get in their own heads. Yeah. Like, especially goalies specifically, but players overall. They're human beings. They're not robots.
Exactly.
You can't boil them down to their stat lines.
Yes.
Like, you just can't. There's a human element that no amount of statistics can account for.
And it was also crazy that they keep having really bad defensive flubs. There was a 5-on-1 and a 4-on-1, and then their goalie got crashed into and nobody jumped to his defense. Like, you can see it in the foundation on the ice. You don't have to be in the locker room to see what's going on.
Yeah, the fact that their goalie had to call them out on not defending him is actually kind of fucking crazy.
Yeah.
As people had said, like, there's a difference between not wanting to get the 5-minute penalty, but I see that psychologically where, again, if your goalie doesn't believe that you have his back, what does that do to him psychologically? You know what I mean? Like, what does that do to his, like, well, they don't have my back? Like, there's that human element that you just can't account for.
He's your most sensitive player on the team. Like, they're built different. Don't get me wrong.
Goalies are just built different.
But they're also they have to be protected. It's the same trust thing that, you know, the Edmonton Oilers have with Stu. We can't trust Stu, so Stu doesn't trust us, so it's just a death spiral. Also, as we should mention, because it's, what time did the Leafs play tonight?
Oh shit!
They do play tonight. The Leafs play tonight.
Are you kidding me?
No.
Leafs, which they're in the bottom of the league, by the way, which is very funny. Right now, just current standings. I think we're tied for a second. 7 p.m.
Okay, and what time does the World Series start?
Let's see.
I think it's like 8.
8 p.m.
Okay.
8 p.m. Oh no! No.
So if there is a witch's curse on the Toronto Maple Leafs. So if the Leafs win early, then Canada does not get its World Series title.
Yep.
Leafs, I don't even go here. I need you to lose.
Yeah, like, I just...
Who are they playing?
Flyers, I think?
Flyers. I don't like you any other time. You've got...
But I need you right now.
To lock in!
Just this one time, Travis connected me. Do it for your country. Do it for your country. You gotta kill them.
Yeah.
There's this weird thing where, like, a ritual, and we're not the only ones to comment on it, but, like, there is a ritualistic of, like, any night that the Toronto Maple Leafs
at the same time,
they lose. The Jays lose if the Leafs win, and the Jays win if the Leafs lose. It's like they can only have
if the city of Toronto loses.
Do you think
the World
Series?
Series?
Do you think it's a riot?
I don't think it's a riot. I think
really because it's in Toronto.
Oh,
isn't it?
Maybe
I thought it was in Toronto.
There might be a riot.
I thought it was in Toronto.
Oh God, that's bad. But my thought was that if they stop watching baseball, because they've gotten deep into the season now with baseball, they're distracted. If the Jays lose, then everybody on the Leafs is going to be sacrificed. Like,
yep.
They will not survive the vitriol. We also have the 20 through 22 is shocking the Florida Panthers, the Senators, and the Tampa Bay Lightning.
The Tampa Bay Lightning, I don't know how they fell off so hard. Were they that bad? They were in the playoffs last year. I did not think they were that bad. That's what I have to assume. The Panthers, I understand dropping. We expected this because
they're all hurt.
Team is hurt. They have like half of their top, which is why
I guess it sucks.
They're like having that depth where they basically have, you know, first and second liners on their third and fourth line is really helping them out. Because honestly, in any other team where they had not made those sacrifices in their contracts to play for the Panthers, and they got all of their guys signed at like fair low market pricing, they would be in the bottom right now, because like you wouldn't have half of that fucking team there. They would have gone and signed elsewhere for big money. So them taking those team friendly deals, I think, has kept the Panthers at the middle as opposed to the bottom.
I also think the injuries might be karma, because the Panthers suck. So then we also have
listen to this podcast, my family. all Panthers fans except for me.
The Panthers! Oh, never mind. 23, 24, 25, all the New York teams. Very funny.
Yeah, that tracks. And what's so funny is the Sabres are the highest.
Yeah.
That's so
I like
funny.
seeing the Rangers the lowest. Yep.
Fuck you, Rags.
And look who the best friends are together. The New York Rangers and the Vancouver Canucks. We want them to fall into the ocean.
Yeah, they can drop down another 5 spots. Actually, no, I don't want them to be in McKenna contention.
Yeah, exactly.
This is the downside, okay, of being a hater.
Yeah.
Is I need them to be in the middle of the pack. I need them to be outside of the McKenna draft. Bruins, I need you to stay at the bottom and get McKenna. Because right now, the only teams on this, like, bottom, we're going to say bottom 10, right?
Yeah.
Because fucking Islanders got handed Matthew Schaefer in the most obvious, like, rigging I've ever seen. Short of the Sid Crosby getting sent to the Penguins. So of the bottom, let's say it's 22 to 32, right?
Yep.
I will tolerate Tampa Bay Lightning, but it will really, really annoy me.
Yeah.
Buffalo Sabres, I would be happy for them to get
develop
McKenna.
him
They
really
just won't
well.
do anything.
They won't keep him.
They won't do well with him. They have no development, which sucks because their AHL team isn't bad at all. It's just they don't develop. They just flimsy. There's nothing going on in the NHL. The Bruins, go ahead. Take him. Predators, don't want him there. Wild, not really happy with you right now. Blues, I am contractually obligated to say I am neutral to that. Thank you for that stupid spinny thing we did.
Which will be up on our channel.
San Jose Sharks, I will take it. Please, have a Sharks dynasty.
The future
for the next 5
is
teal.
Years,
whatever. Every other team in that bottom 10, I want them to explode. I don't want any of them to get McKenna. I cannot fucking handle if like the Flames or the Canucks or the fucking Rags. I think it's okay. So conspiracy hat on.
Yeah.
I think if the Rangers and Bruins are in the bottom, it goes to one of them because they're a big market team and they're losing money by these like arenas not getting high, like people coming in and spending their money. So I would actually really not be surprised if McKenna gets gifted to the Bruins or the Rags because they want the money. They already gave Schaefer to the Islanders, so he can't go there. But yeah, he either goes to like I think he's gonna get rigged into a high market area where like they want to revitalize if the numbers are bad, and only if the numbers are bad. Because if the numbers are fine, then they don't give a shit. They'll just
actually do the real thing.
That's if you believe in the conspiracy theories. That's if you believe.
The number 29 being the Minnesota Wild it's a testament to what we found out over the summer, where Kirill Kaprizov signed $17 million to stay with the Wild. And then you see this. That's one player, which is why I was always really impressed with Connor for only taking like a very team-friendly deal. Now, do I think that'll stay? No. He needs to win a cup, but for right now, he has to win right now. This is their window. And because, you were talking earlier about the team
window.
No, the farms being actual farms. We don't have
in Bakersfield. It's too far.
Yeah.
Like geographically, it's just too far. And I think there's kind of an argument to be made of like the AHL doesn't have to be a farm. Like some teams, they don't have to be a farm. They want their AHL teams
to be AHL teams.
To be AHL teams. What like I remember that happened for the Penguins last year and it really sucked. before we had done this whole revamp. But even then, when you consider like, so when you have the mentality that the NHL team takes precedent, we brought these kids up, and McGroarty got hurt. The kids lost their synergy with the teammates that they had in the AHL, and we didn't. We fucking
you lost.
We lost. We like got blown out. So it was like if they had stayed, you know. So like I do feel for like, you know, people who are fans of AHL teams and like they're constantly suffering for the fact that their NHL guys or their AHL guys are getting pulled up to the NHL to help.
Like currently the Canucks have what? No team. All of their team is AHL.
Everyone is dead. Like,
oh no, sucks. Anyways,
like, but I mean, just like everybody on that team is hurt. Like, it's actually like we were joking about. There is a point where you do have to surrender the game.
Yeah,
I believe it's like you have to have a goalie. Can't remember. I think it's like you have to have 5 skaters. Like, because they don't qualify. You have to have 2 defensemen, 3 forwards. It's 5 skaters. And a goalie. And so it's like once you don't have a goalie, which is why we have the e-bugs, and you don't have enough for 5 skaters, it's like they forfeit.
Yeah.
We were joking about that with the Tampa Bay and Panthers game in the preseason because so many of them got thrown out on misconducts and penalties that the Tampa Bay was running out of skaters that they could play because they had like 4 guys on the bench at a time. They're all taking these like 5-minute shifts because there's nobody to swap out. So funny.
Greatest game. Hilarious. Yeah, not my circus, not my monkeys. Hilarious team. All right. Well, Saint, let's move in to sportsmanlike conduct.
Wow.
Now,
you know,
for those of
this was kind of an all over the place episode.
Yeah,
for our first one was so much more structured, and then everything happened. It's fine. We'll get back into it, guys. Thank you for your patience.
Thanks for your patience. So, Saint, I'm gonna include it last time, but I've left them on here, so you don't get to escape. The first episode we did roll the Rangers, who is Saint's favorite team. And
I was mauled, by the way. You could probably include.
Yeah, I'll include some of this stuff.
I can't believe I'm doing this. Stop. This is so annoying.
Wow.
I was about to say, doing this on the heels of our tier list sure is something.
Wow. Saint. The Rangers. Oh man. Wow. I forgot how hard it is to say something nice about them after
Thank you for making JT Miller your problem and not anyone else's.
Good one. Great one.
For those of you who are first-time listeners, because it is season 2 and it is episode 1, this is called Sportsmanlike Conduct.
Yes.
Which is where we're going to spin a wheel of all 32 teams. Whichever one it lands on, we have to say something nice about them.
Because we're very nice to them.
Because we're so nice. And then we remove that name, and then at the end of the season, it just, we don't have to do them twice. Like you get, and so last year, we ended the season
on the Edmonton Oilers.
And we didn't. So it's just a nice way for us to like get a chance to talk about teams that we would not normally talk about, as we are primarily fans of like the Pittsburgh Penguins and Oilers.
And we do talk about other teams, but
we do. We talk about the Sharks, we talk about the Stars, we talk about the Bruins, we talk about whatever's popular, like whatever the stories of the week are. But like, I feel like there are teams that we sometimes neglect talking about favorably. You know what I mean? Yeah, where we're like, I forget you exist sometimes. Like.
All right. So with that being said, Saint, am I streaming? Can you see it?
You are. Let me see if I can pop up my Discord window. Yes, okay. I have it popped up on my screen. It should now be recording on my screen, I hope.
Yeah, and if not, it doesn't look like we're having any encoding errors, so.
Yeah. But just in case.
Yep. All right, so Saint, let's spin this wheel. You ready?
Sure.
Watch it be the Rags again. That'd be very funny.
I'll fucking lose it. Like,
okay, not the Rags. Oh, no! Oh! Oh no!
Is this because we didn't? Oh my god!
Oh no!
We have nothing to look forward to for the next 5 months.
Oh wow!
Except for the Penguins.
Oh
wow! It's this time of year too, and November 1st, as you guys are sitting in like not even in playoff contention.
The Edmonton Oilers. Ooh. You want to go first? I have a lot I could say about them.
We do. Like, we're Oilers fans.
Yeah.
Like, they're my number 2 team.
Oh.
Like, I love them a lot.
Okay, other than the fact that I am ecstatic to go see them in person for a 4-game grandstand, I really like their new jerseys. I didn't at first.
Controversial.
I didn't at first. I was so upset about them because I wanted a new logo and I wanted something really dark, and because that's my color, you know, like I really like it when they have
we like
navy.
dual tones.
Yeah,
the alternate.
And again, when I first saw them, I was very upset, and they were very bitter about it because it just had the word Oilers. I'm not a fan of just the names. Like,
I still don't like the logo. I still don't like that it's just the text. They really could have done a different.
You're one of your favorite jerseys is the Pittsburgh alt that has and that's fine. I'm not a fan of that usually. I like logos. That being said, those jerseys are awesome on the ice. And like seeing them on the ice was like, I'm immediately like, oh, I want to get a Vasily Podkolzin jersey of that. So that's my controversial take. I could go on and on about the Oilers. They got me into hockey. I love them. But we also just did the Oilers. So
yeah, which is why it's so funny because I'm like, maybe this is more.
Is it karma? Is this a good sign?
This is like maybe it's because Puck Witches hasn't been on.
Maybe.
That we started the off season with loving the Oilers, and now we begin the Puck Witches season 2.
Yeah.
With loving the Oilers, something full circle,
something.
Yada.
Yep.
Yeah. I really like a lot about the Oilers.
Yeah.
I love Julian Draisaitl. I love Davo. I like the Ice District. I think it's so cool how obsessive the fans are. They're such a
that's God's country team. That's God's country.
Yeah, that's God's country. I think it's just like one of those things that I'm so excited to go to, and get to like experience. I mean, obviously every area and every arena has their problems or whatever, but just like, I don't know, when they're at Rogers, there's a reason that players who have like, started playing for the Oilers there's nothing like playing at home at Rogers. I think it's one of the closest to Montreal in terms of like being hockey.
Yes.
Just everyone that goes there loves hockey. They dominate their own barn. It's not like where for a lot of teams they get taken over by better outside by the like visiting teams. They get way more love. You'll see that a lot with the Oilers travel well. You'll go to an Oilers game. Like,
Nation vacation, baby.
It's really, really cool.
The fan base of the Oilers is honestly one of the reasons that I fell in love with the Oilers.
Yeah, like they're like every fan base has their shitheads, but like overall, we've talked to some really, really cool people in the Oilers fan base, and just like a lot of the charity work that gets done for them, the community and like culture of hockey overall in Edmonton is just really, really. It's really cool to see it as someone who lives in like a hockey city but doesn't have an NHL team. Like the fact that like that's their obsession. Like we live in football country. You know what I mean? Like everything's about football. So we're a little bit jealous, okay? Like
God's country. And
we're gonna be there.
To be there.
We're gonna be there. We'll make a whole vlog about it, probably multiple parts.
Yeah, I was gonna say we're also going to other places in Canada while we're there, but you and I are mostly excited about Edmonton.
Yeah, we're like, hey, we're going to fucking hockey. We're gonna be
all right. Well, that is gonna wrap it up for this episode, folks. We really appreciate listening through all of our rants and ramblings. The Puck Witches podcast is released on Spotify and our YouTube channels, and you can join the Night Witches Discord via the link below to talk about the episodes directly, as well as enjoy our other channels. It's full of gaming, hobbies, and good vibes.
Make sure you're following us over on Twitch, and if you want to support us with a Twitch Prime on either or both of our channels, you get access to cute emotes and extra channel points. If you enjoy this podcast, don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an episode, and follow us on Twitter and Blue Sky for updates.
And lastly, don't forget to check out Saint's Etsy or subscribe on Twitch. We love you all and hope the hockey season is treating you well. Champ and Saint, signing off.
Stay witchy!